What's up, guys? This is Jeff here. Today is Sunday, January the 19th, 2025. Why do we have over this video uploaded at Sunday? Well, it's just because tomorrow, Monday, will be another public holiday and our market is not going to open. So I do have a little buffer time to record this video and upload it to YouTube. By the way, for anyone who is looking for the Chinese language weekly review on the account management, it will be recorded, it will be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow. So let's looking forward to it. Well, let's quickly talk about the performance of the market last Friday. Well, in my own language, for every guys, you know me before. Well, I think Friday was really a real happy Friday. Nasdaq was the highest one within the three major indexes, was almost up 1.6%. S&P 500 was up 1%. Dow was the lowest, but still up almost 0.8%. Last Friday, basically in my eyes, is kind of the continuation bounce back after the market was able to digest some previous concerns about inflation. After knowing the PPI number, after knowing the CPI number, the market eventually see, okay, we were actually kind of over concerned. We were actually worried something not existing for today, at least in short term, at least, before the very first FOMC meeting Federal Reserve will have at the end of the January and beginning of February. As of now, there is not something like we should over concern in terms of the inflation, in terms of the theory that when Trump comes back to the White House, inflation will come back quickly, right? As of now, it's not existing. At least, the non-farm data tells us clearly about, even though the labor market is getting tighter, right? Even though the payroll is increasingly more than what the market expected. But, coming down to the real inflation, both PPI and CPI suggests everything is fun, everything is smooth. So, by having like kind of two different type of the data showing different directions, eventually the market was able to release some pressure, release some concern that used to have before. And then if we look back to the entire week last week, it was a bouncing back week, right? So which is good stuff. And something special to call out at last Friday. Last Friday was also the last day, the last trading day under Biden's administration, right? And Biden will be officially out of the White House during the weekend, and Trump will come back in from next first day of next week, which is tomorrow, Monday. So what is gonna impact the market, as we talked many times before, it's gonna be depending on what kind of the policies he and his the teams, the entire government teams will release in the first couple of days and then first week, right? There is something going on right now that Trump potentially could be able to change. For example, during the weekend, you guys know TikTok has been already officially banned. But for this ban, how long it can last, how long it will be, realistically affecting the end users, nobody knows, right? TikTok ban was basically the last kind of the government act of Biden's administration. And Biden also said, we will do that for now and leave it, to Trump's administration to see if they want to modify it or if they want to use it as the advantage when they negotiate with Chinese companies or China government. So, again, the market right now doesn't really have as much pressure as before, and the market itself is looking much for the new economy policies very much at this point, waiting for all of the kind of the real news and, from early next week. So, again, finger crossed and see, what is the new economy policies will, be released and then how it's gonna affect the market. So basically, this is the summary of last Friday. Very nice Friday. trading session, I believe a lot of you were actually able to gain some money, right? So let's jump right into our account and see our account's performance. You don't really see any change here because right now, again, it's Sunday. The previous data has been refreshed, but I was able to record the real percentage of our account performance. It was roughly 1.6% increase, and as the result of it, as you guys can see right now, our account value is 154,800. So we are up nearly 4,900 at the end of the first half of January, which I think as I always say, I'm pretty okay with the performance. Getting more money is always better than losing some money, right? If you follow this video from day one, you know our account has experienced some bumpy journeys due to some individual stocks' performance. But overall, I like the trend our account performance is going right now. I definitely want to continue this track, continue this this trend of the moving directions all the way to north, right? And talking about individual stocks in my account, our largest holding here, MU, was performing solid. Was up a little over than 3%. Nothing to say specifically for this one. When I'm looking back, since the beginning of this year, as you guys can see, well, it's very healthy, very, very healthy upside trend. I guess for now, I just don't need to trade anything. Just don't need to kind of realize benefit by selling. I was talking about, as the very first tech company or like cheap semiconductor company, Taiwan Semi released a very strong, very solid earnings at the beginning of this earnings season. Of course, Taiwan Semi always gives a kind of overview or like kind of clear direction or prediction about how this semiconductor industry is going on. I do like the fact that Taiwan Semi was able to release another very strong earning report, and by given the fact that Taiwan Semi was as strong as usual, I think very, very likely I'm gonna hold MU all the way to some other critical earning moments, from both itself as well as some other critical semiconductor companies, right? Some of you may ask, like, if you really believe in this stock, if you really believe this one can generate more money, why do you not put more money on it in terms of buying? I would say, as you guys can see, this one is already the largest holding in my portfolio. It's already a little bit over 16%. My own habit is I do not want to put a lot of money on one individual stock, just in terms of risk management. We always say, in the stock market, there's always something that you did not expect it. There are always some uncertainties gonna happen in future, and you never really know what it's gonna be. So in terms of like risk management, I really think 16%, 17% of the holding for one individual stock is large enough. So by far, I'm pretty happy about this percentage, and I think I'm just gonna hold it for longer. AAL was actually one of the two stocks booked a red color from Friday's trading session, even though it's not so big, right? Again, I have no concerns, no complaints. I just want to call out one thing. Both American Airlines and United Airlines both of them are actually going to release their earnings very quickly in a week or in 10 days. So we just need to be cautious about it. We just need to be be aware basically when they are going to release their report. If you really hold a lot of their shares, there's gonna be a question for you like, do I want to materialize the profit or book the benefits by selling some of it? But if you do not hold a lot of things, and also as a result of the strong earning report from Delta, I would just suggest you hold your holdings as what I'm doing right now, right? So overall, love the trend, and just want to have this trend going even further longer and higher when UAL and AAL releases their earning report in this season. The China ETF gave us another very solid day, another very solid return at Friday. Again, rumors are rumors, right? Nobody really know what is gonna happen, and we cannot be like over optimistic, right? We acknowledge that there will be some uncertainties on China's economy policies and overall the situation there. I would say certainly the economy was not as strong as before pandemic. Let's put it this way, right? But by knowing there will be some incentives coming out from the government, I still like to hold some of the China ETF until Chinese New Year. We will make a call, we will make a decision when the time is approaching to CNY, and see if we need to reduce the share of this holding, or maybe we just sell all of them, right? It depends. So for now, I guess I like to hold it for a little longer. Talking about tomorrow, talking about January the 20th when Trump comes back to the White House, I'm kind of confident of my holdings. If we say we have some basic materials like NUE, which supposedly to be benefited by Trump's infrastructure plan in, I don't know, next 90, 100 days. So that's the whole purpose why we had it, when we knew Trump is coming back, right? I'm also okay with holding a small number of tech companies here, right? Especially as I talked before, the buying point was relatively low in the past couple of months, right? So not quite so concerned about, for example, ASML. For the rest, of course, we had a good day for SIDU, but again, this is just for like little fun. Just it's not kind of the well, I guess it is, right? It is a combination of value investment as well as like short-term trading, right? So it's always nice to see, for those like kind of meme style stock, had a good percentage of return during the day. But let's also be aware of like the fact that those kind of stocks fluctuates, up and down like quickly. It's not guaranteed. But again, as low as only around 4% in my portfolio, I guess I'm just okay with them. CCL I talked about before, it was actually a new start of a new cycle of trading it. I did buy some, right? You guys should remember during the last week. So it's always good to see that it's already giving us some kind of return. Overall, last Friday, there was no trading activity, just simply by holding. I want to share you guys the whole week trading list, and you can see everything we have done here, right? From January the 13th to 17th. Everything we have done here is just to kind of moderately bought a couple of stocks. And I think I'm totally okay with it. All right, so as the summary, as the overall review of the account, as we said before, we are overall up a little less than 5K. I guess it's pretty strong start by far for January. Hopefully we can make another additional 5K at the end of the January, and then 10K every single month. Then we will be really happy about our account performance at the end of 2025. Let's hope for that. Alright, without more, I will see you guys for next time.